Hey guys, and welcome to my official 1,000 subscriber special. Now, the reason this is a huge deal to me right now is because I've been on this platform for realistically, I've been on the platform for probably 13 years. Since YouTube first became a thing, so probably longer. I didn't start uploading content until I turned around like 12, so I guess you don't need to count that. But anyway, this is a huge deal to me. I've never in my life thought that I would get to a number like 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I break that down, and what that says to me is that there are 1,000 people in the whole world who enjoy my content on this channel. And I can't thank you guys enough for how much that means to me, because for the longest time when I would make content, I always thought it was subpar. I always just kind of did it as a hobby, you know, like I do now. It's fun to do. The whole purpose of this channel is to spread fun, spread awareness, and just have a great time. Let's criticize games, let's criticize movies, let's just have an overall welcoming space for everybody. So anyway, enough of the sappy shit. I really appreciate you guys, and this video is all for you. So hopefully you enjoy. Granted, I couldn't unfortunately talk about everything in this movie, but that's because I really want you guys to go ahead and check it out, honestly. By the way, don't mind him. I'm dog sitting right now, so I got this stinky little white man with me. He's an old man, but he's cute. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and once again, thank you so fucking much from the top and the bottom of my heart for 1,000 subs. Thank you guys. Zombie movies, just like shark movies, have been overdone to death about 1,000 times over now. Just when you think the genre can't be explored any further, there's always a bunch that make it to mainstream media and somehow still get some buzz. Most famous is the entirety of George Romero's films based in the Dead franchise, like Night of the Living Dead and Land of the Dead, just to name a couple. It seems after all this time, there still has yet to be a decent zombie film as of lately that generates a new idea and some fresh audiences. Today's movie is far off the scale of good, and I went into it with nothing but morbid curiosity, as I always do. Have you ever heard of a film called Sharknado? Yeah, you have. Don't act like you haven't. You have. You know what it is. But just in case, it's a dumb movie about sharks that somehow learn to manipulate Mother Nature itself and form a tornado where they take complete control of massive cities and destroy everything in their path. At the time, it had a lot of charm as being the goofiest and dumbest movie made, second to Tommy Wiseau's The Room. The effects were horrible, the direction of the story was crooked and cracked in many places, and the main characters sucked. But the movie itself was rated highly due to how serious it tried to take itself, when very obviously the only reason people ever watched it was for the title alone. Well, once everyone became in on the joke, they started making a franchise of the Sharknado movies with multiple different storms occurring, constantly bringing the main character back into the fight, while being aware that these movies aren't meant to seem groundbreaking. I assume the movie of today's video is written by, inspired, or even created by the same group of troglodytes that invented Sharknado. It stars the main guy from Sharknado, so it might as well exist in the same universe, if not a different dimension. And yes, this movie is directed, produced, and everything else, the whole fucking 9 yards, by the guy who made Sharknado. Allow me to introduce you to Zombie Tidal Wave. Yeah, saying the name out loud really makes it stand out, huh? Normally, I'm all for a bad movie just for the sake of having something to laugh at and pick on, despite feeling guilty in the back of my mind. Nobody wants to make a bad movie by any means, and whether it's intentional or not, I can imagine it still stings a little to receive that criticism. But oh boy, if you think for 1 second I'm gonna go lightly on this one just because it's a low-budget, intentionally bad film, you're wrong. Once the filmmakers become self-aware and decide to step in on the joke, things will take a massive downhill spike. Look at Sharknado. I'm sure the first movie is memorable to a lot of people, but does anyone really give a flying fuck about the sequels? Don't mind me, I'm just going crazy after witnessing this slop fest of a film. No more teasing. Let's just jump right in and get to the hot iron. Might as well do it now while I'm in the mood. Ian Ziering, the genius behind producing this movie, is also the main star of the film, playing a fisherman named Hunter Shaw. He has a huge knack for boats, often spitting random knowledge about different moat bottles and such moat bottles, fuck. He has a huge knack for boats, often spitting random knowledge about different boat models and such during the story. He might as well be Finn from Sharknado. He acts like the same badass in these two movies, but ultimately his performance comes off as intentionally cringe. So the plot here is jagged, but I'll do my best to summarize everything from what I saw. Just to be on the safe side, I watched this movie 3 fucking times in a row, so I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. Buckle up, kiddo. This is the alpha male zombie movie that nobody really asked for. Ian Ziering, playing Hunter, encounters his first zombie pretty much right off the bat. One of them appears floating in the water, causing our characters to take it out and investigate. Big surprise, the Blue Man Group exile turns out to be a zombie and bites Uncle Ray's niece, Jada. Uncle Ray is supposed to be this character that's wise and all-knowing, but his performance feels forced. It's as if they told him to act as unrealistically as possible on purpose. Fuck it, they probably did tell him that. I mean, the zombie attacks his niece, then starts going after him, and he doesn't even throw a swing. I would accept the fact that he might have been too scared and shocked to fight back. I know I wouldn't necessarily be excited about fighting something that was trying to eat me with my bare fucking fists. But if anybody attacked my family in that sense, you can bet your life that I'm doing whatever means necessary to stop the threat for good. I'm no Liam Neeson by any means, but I've got 15 years of pent-up aggression just itching to come out, and this movie's getting to me. So anyway, Jada is bitten and brought to the hospital. Hunter calls in the authorities, but only one police officer shows up. His name is Oconee, and he looks like the grown-up version of Markiplier. He's not a bad character. If anything, for the first 3/4 of the film, he's probably the best. Later on, he basically shits all of it out and makes his performance seem pointless, but I'll get to that. This is also a movie that feels the need to force a love story into it. Hunter is dating a doctor named Kenzie, who happens to be the only doctor in the entire fucking hospital. When the police issue a massive mandatory evacuation for the city, Kenzie's excuse is that the evacuation caused every other doctor to leave. What fucking hospital is this where they have only one doctor on patrol in times of a disastrous event? Kinda seems like natural selection at that point. Or lazy writing, one or the other. So Hunter Shaw gears up with his cop buddy named Oconee, and together they head for the open water to see what's causing the blue glow under the waves. Only none of this makes sense, and the entire movie could have been prevented before this point, but I'll get to that later. Before I forget to mention it, there's a scene where Hunter and Oconee save this douchebag rich guy and his helpless girlfriend from the zombies. After bringing them to the police station where there's only one other cop on duty, the couple gets surrounded by zombies. The guy, being the asshole he is, throws his girlfriend into the crowd to buy himself time to escape. Hunter confronts him only to then have the guy steal an officer's gun and murder him. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting the movie to make me laugh this much, but I can't believe how ridiculous it is. Nobody panics this badly, but this guy let his intrusive thoughts win, I guess. They knock him out and handcuff him to the bench. Why would you keep him alive? Later on in the movie, his girlfriend comes back as a zombie to kill him, so I have no clue why they focus so hard on this situation. Like, is there some sort of lesson here? If you're a douchebag to your girlfriend, she'll come back as a zombie and eat you? I don't understand, other than just to throw these characters away. If that was the point from the beginning, why introduce them? So, turns out Hunter's intuition says that the people are emerging from some sort of chemical spill under the water and coming back as zombies. The cop laughs in his face about the idea, but then immediately sees the threat coming towards them in the water. Even worse, we get our first-hand look at the zombie tidal wave. Well, it's about fucking time. But guess what? It looks like garbage. Not necessarily surprising considering the director's previous work, but you'd think that after a while you'd learn to make the effects of your movie stand out over time. Then again, this isn't 2012 or anything. I'm watching a stupid movie that combined 3 random words into a sentence, finished the title, but forgot to add everything else, like a plot and a story. There's no character development in any way, shape, or form. In almost every single moment when we're introduced to a new character, it's a massive waste of screen time because half of the characters end up dying. And they're all painful to listen to, with the exception of Ian Ziering himself. Look, I'm not trying to be ironic when I say this, but I genuinely think he is a decent actor. I can see him playing in a full-length Hollywood big-budget movie. I could absolutely root for him as the hero because As I stated earlier, he gives it a lot of effort. It's not like Steven Seagal, who literally does nothing all the time and somehow gets paid for it. Ian Ziering just belongs in the proper motion picture, but sadly, I feel like he'll just be a shameless recast for anything the director wants to puke up, like, I don't know, alligator chainsaw monsters. Everyone else, they fucking suck dick and balls. Sorry, I got a little heated there. The two younger girls of the story, Mayani and Kenzie's daughter, aren't unique and offer nothing of importance, other than being the ones who talk the most and being the most uncomfortable people in the movie. They meet a small indie rock band called the Fulchies? The Folgy? The Fungi? The Fucky? How the fuck do I say this? They're cringe. The bandmates are introduced as some sort of love interest to Kenzie's daughter, but it's stripped away later on when the idiot gets killed by a zombie instead of running away. Keep getting ahead of myself. I gotta slow down. Then you have Ray, who witnessed his niece get brutally bitten in the neck, but constantly forgets he's in a serious situation and makes jokes instead. Dumb, stereotypical one-liners that don't even fit his characteristics. You just witnessed your niece get fucking brutally hurt, and you're making jokes? Oconee, surprisingly, is probably the best actor in the film. I know I made the joke of him looking like Elder Markiplier, but you can tell him and Ian Ziering both have tried to have fun with it. They read the script once, said it was great, and went on their merry way and gave it their all. Oconee is also very wise and sometimes offers touching or gritting advice throughout the course of the movie. So yeah, the first tidal wave comes in, but you don't ever see Hunter affected by it. He forms a crazy plan to drive the boat through the waves, but in reality we both know that this would cause the ship to destroy itself and then set ablaze when— oh! Never mind. Hunter and Oconee are suddenly back on the beach after the commercial break. How were they not affected by the tidal wave? Did it not have enough zombies in it to weigh the ship down? Is it even possible to drive straight through an oncoming fucking wave? The movie is full of ridiculous moments like this. Not long after, Hunter decides to save a bunch of people left on the beach. He starts one of the boat propellers and begins chopping into some blue bastards. The gore here is very brutal, but it comes off as comical when you realize the zombies are fucking blue. There aren't many graphic scenes. You'll even catch glimpses of them straight up not doing anything other than adding sound effects. Like, what? Look at this. This doesn't even look real. Is he cutting them or is he slapping them with the knife? Oh yeah, I forgot. To add to the confusion, the movie itself is never sure what side plot they want to focus on. There's the side plot of the shitty emo boy band, there's a side plot of Kenzie's daughter trying to find love while also helping her mother find it, there's a side plot of the Elon Musk guy who's like a scientist or something. So Oconee and Hunter managed to save Kenzie's daughter from a parking garage where the boy band idiot gets killed. He decided to pull out a ukulele and sing a song to distract the zombies so that she can get away. This scene is extremely stupid, dumb, and painful to watch. You're better off just fast forwarding it. Then we meet Elon Musk. I'm sorry, this is Elon Musk. I mean Driscoll. Who is he? A scientist who captured one of the zombies to experiment on and test for the possible solution to the random epidemic. His characteristic is that he doesn't like people. Yeah, as if it couldn't get any more cliche, now we have this goofball who gives Robert Neville from I Am Legend a run for his money. But he really does remind me of Elon Musk. It's hilarious how identical those two look. Driscoll had discovered that electricity is the key to killing the zombies for good. I really don't understand why though, because I feel like a machete would instantly give you lots of positive reinforcement as compared to electricity, but it also makes zero sense plot-wise. Why would the zombies die after being electrocuted but not after being shot in the fucking head or body 26 times? And it's so convenient. How many times Hunter has the opportunity to electrocute zombies? He even attaches a taser to his machete, which you can't do in real life. Oh, wait, you can? Holy shit. Well, that's new.
Release on the bottom of the hilt.
You're telling me it's a thing? You're telling me it's possible to do this? My question is why? Like, why would you need that? I guess for zombie tidal waves, so whatever. Never thought in my life I'd see that. An electric machete. It's also ridiculous the little amount of gore they showcase. come on. You guys made fucking Sharknado, and that was full of blood and gore. Why isn't this one? Yeah, it has its moments, but they're rare and only last for a few seconds anyway. So eventually, a Coney gets bitten by a zombie because he wasn't paying attention, and when the group makes a break into these caves, he straight up confesses that he was a part of the zombie apocalypse because he worked for the company that owned the underwater boat and was there the day everything happened. Then why the fuck did he act so confused in the beginning when Hunter explained the situation to him? He could have prevented this entire movie from happening in the introduction, but nope. Instead, he let the movie go on into a full feature-length film. Ugh, I feel guilty. I tried my absolute hardest to root for Ian Ziering, but it's impossible. The story is so full of itself, and the humor is so self-aware that it gets stale immediately. The group finalizes a plan to eliminate the zombies for good by connecting a bomb to their boat anchor and dropping it into the underwater ship, which would kill the zombie population for good. Ian Ziering gets into a pretty heated fight with a bigger zombie, and I'll admit, seeing him get his ass kicked is disheartening. Like I said, this is a guy that I do believe has phenomenal potential to be a heroic survivor character, but he's only ever given garbage roles. He, of course, kills the zombie, and the group assists him in completing the plan to blow the boat out of the fucking water. The bomb goes off, the zombies get electrocuted, and then it's all over. We get a romantic scene between Hunter and Kenzie while her daughter and friend watch. Okay, that's icky. That was quite possibly the worst zombie film I've ever seen in my life. But it does have a few redeeming factors. Ian Ziering is always charming to see, the cheesy acting is cringe, but it can be funny at times. The effects are always hilariously bad in these kinds of movies, and the logic is never expanded upon most of the time, but after a while, it really does get old. You sit there and you start to daydream while the movie's playing and you forget that you're watching it because it's basically just background noise at that point. That's partially why I had to watch it 3 times in a row, because I just kept forgetting shit about it. The zombies themselves are sometimes repeated in the background of other areas where they don't belong, or some of them just show up later in the story even if they were killed earlier on. They were more than likely strapped with actors and finances, but they could have at least had the zombies wear different shirts or something. Because what the fuck, it's just the same zombie over and over again. Although it may have been intentionally designed to rot your brain cells for a weekend, Zombie Tidal Wave did admittedly get a huge laugh out of me a few times. Majority of it is a slog, and you'd rather pick grass out of cow shit with your teeth while handstanding than watch it. But oddly enough, I have to recommend it. It's dumb fun, it's unrealistic, and it treats the audience like a host for whatever fever dream this spawned from. All I know is, I'm done talking about it. Guys, without your support and subscription, I wouldn't have been able to make this video possible. I have worked super hard to make a fun place for people like me to come and enjoy content that they can relate to or just relax and get lost in. I'm not a professional and I'm pretty insecure a lot, so it helps to have a friendly audience and a welcoming community. Thank you all so fucking much for 1,000 subscribers. It means the world to me and more. And this isn't the last time you'll hear me say it, so get over it, I guess. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all so fucking much. Zombie Tidal Wave. God, what's next? Demon Fetish Battle Arena?